What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're here at a best of 5 between Haas and ButAlways. This was played in the Taiwanese regional final of the DreamHack Summer. I was looking at the time, I saw I had about, 45 minutes left, but I did want to do a best of 5 from the latest DreamHack Masters, and then I saw the name of Haas, and I was like, Haas in a best of 5. I'm pretty sure I can finish this up in 45 minutes, so here we are, and hopefully a fast best of 5. Otherwise, my voice might change after game 3 or after game 4, because, it'll be later on in the day, and as you know, my voice gets deeper the longer the day progresses. We'll see if it's going to be the case here. I think Haas will manage. He's opening... Ooh, what is this, Haas? A very fast Nexus here. It's actually opening up with a Nexus before core, with a high ground wall. His opponent is opening up with... this can be a lot of things, but most likely going to be a robotics facility or a Stargate. Technically could also just be a proxy pylon, but then this probe would have been moving already, so a little bit less likely. Let's see what this probe of Haas is going to do. Did he see that move down? I don't think ButAlways saw that move down. This is most likely going to be... This looks like a robo to me. Otherwise the warp gate would not be there. Yep, it's going to be a robotics facility here. Haas opening up straight away with a Stargate, even before his first gateway unit. Haas is aware at this moment that there is no second pylon in the main base, so he knows something is being proxied. He's just not quite aware of what that is going to be. It's going to be a Stargate plus a Forge. This is a really bad wall, by the way. The reason for that is because imagine your opponent opens up with adept. In order to wall this, you're going to need to build a 3x3 structure, because this is a straight wall. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to throw down a gateway or a cybercore, which costs 50 more. It means every single time you cancel it, you lose more money. But also, if you only have 120 minerals, usually you can wall with just a pylon or a battery. But in this case, you can't, which would suck. Single Stalker is out. First Void Ray gets pumped out as well. 28 workers here for Haas. He's gonna stay on 28 workers. He's microing back and forth with this one Stalker. He's gonna need a second battery here, or he's going to need to use a super battery overcharge, which is something you obviously do not want if your name is Haas. First Void Ray is about to pop out, so is the first Immortal though, and 4 Stalkers are moving in. Haas needs to be careful, very careful indeed. First Cannon is about to finish up as well, and Haas will push this back very effectively. I think even at first, first Stalker is going to go down. This pylon is going to fall as well. This is a fantastic start here for Haas, who's even controlling the ramp at this point. Could attack this Immortal once with his Void Ray, decides not to trigger the shield, obviously. Prism with a follow-up, and 2 sentries as well. I mean, Haas is just looking really solid here in the defense. I have to admit it. This is looking really good. 2 Void Rays out already. 3 cannons are about to, or well, 2 more about to finish up. 1 already has finished up. And Haas is already actually added 4 more workers. So he's at 32 workers. And this has been a fantastic game for him. He's patrolling with his probe, or just walking around with his probe, throwing down a pylon at this point. I'm kind of liking Haas's position here. I'm having a very difficult time seeing how ButAlways wants to actually break this. Moves forward, throws down a single force shield, does barely anything. Comes the micro with the Void Rays, back and forth. 1 sentry does die, 2nd sentry gets targeted as well. No super overcharge on the Void Ray, or prismatic alignment isn't being used yet. We don't have quite enough battery, so super battery might need... Oh my god, he just chrono boost? Now he doesn't have super battery anymore. That's actually kind of scary. I'm not entirely sure about that move there, Haas. Too slow on the Immortal pickup though. 1 Void Ray did go down. Extra Void Ray pops out right now. What is Haas doing? What the Haas? Why did you just cancel that battery? You don't actually need gas. Does Haas not realize his opponent is absolutely on 1 base at this point? And all he needs to do is build more cannons and batteries, and he's going to be completely fine. I understand he wants slightly more gas. He's going to get a 2nd Stargate rather than a Robo. Usually we see a robotics facility because an Immortal is just such a stellar unit to have against high Stalker counts. Instead, I'm going to be going for higher Void Ray counts. We see ButAlways trying to elevate her up into the main base, but Haas says, not on my watch. There's a battery here, no super battery availability though. Prism goes down, Stalkers go down. I think this is just going to be it. Every single Stalker is going to fall. GG gets called as Haas wins game number 1 within 6 minutes time. Game number 2 here between Haas in the bottom right and top left, ButAlways. Let's see if Haas is going to try a similar strategy or if you have something different coming out of the Taiwanese superstar this time around. ButAlways, I think at a certain point moved to Australia, or at least was allowed to play in the Southeast Asian region. I think he won that once or twice. Now back in Taiwan and is fighting against, what is this? Gas first? 17 game. Haas definitely wants to play a similar opener here. And we see ButAlways is not scouting with his first worker. So in order to block a Nexus before core, what does a Protoss player need to do? It's actually relatively simple. A Protoss player needs to send out his probe after the gateway. You can always consistently block your opponent's natural in that case. This, however, is not quite what ButAlways is doing. No, ButAlways is scouting after second gateway, which means either that he's going to proxy a pylon, or that he's just going to get there too late on the other side of the map to actually do anything about this Nexus. The Nexus has already gone down. Cybercore will go down as well. And we'll see what the plan here is here for ButAlways. Like I was saying, slightly stiffer competition here in Taiwan for ButAlways. Southeast Asia is probably one of the easier regions, as he proved when he went there and basically took that region down. But Taiwan, yeah, Nice and Haas, both very good players. Of course, you also have Rex, the Taiwanese Zerg player that played for Team Jin Air Greenwings for a while. The Stargate proxy here coming out of ButAlways. Curious to see how he's going to be using that, but the location kind of betrays his intention to go for oracles. Once again, with a straight Stargate, does he follow this up with another Forge immediately, or does he open up with a Stalker first? I can't quite... Okay, no, this actually is Forge before Stalker. Then he gets a Stalker, which he doesn't even chrono boost. And he will immediately get a battery as well. Very safe opener here out of Haas. See him scouting around with his probe as well, trying to get information on what is happening. And he now gets that confirmation. He gets the confirmation of what is happening as he sees his opponent's Stargate. The question for me here is one of, what is your response as Haas? Do you get a Phoenix? Perhaps. Do you get a Void Ray? Perhaps. Ooh. Oracle got cancelled, instead turns into a Phoenix. Phoenix get cancelled, instead turns into a Void Ray. So both players starting units and cancelling units. I think ButAlways did it because he wanted to trick Haas, and Haas did it because he wasn't sure what was happening. I don't think he saw that there was a Phoenix now. The last thing that Haas saw, look at that, saw that Oracle being produced. And his response to that Oracle is going to be a Void Ray. Void Ray is going to be in time. You have a Stalker down low, together with a battery. 26, 27 work. What is this pylon? Is that for a proxy gate, perhaps? Perhaps. Who knows? Twilight coming down here for Haas. Phoenix are going to try to trade with this Void Ray. Instead, ends up going for 2 worker kills. We'll get those worker kills. Needs to be careful that he doesn't lose any Phoenixes, but should not be the case. Double shots get hit. Not quite going to be good enough. Twilight Council. Proxy? Interesting. Yeah. Phoenix into Twilight Council. Now, this makes me believe that this isn't going to be a Dark Shrine. Because you just have so little gas, and it's so risky and relatively obvious. If Haas ever gets a scout across the map, you'll see the complete lack of technology. This feels too much like a charge opener to me. But I could be completely wrong. No, it's gonna be Dark Shrine. Okay. Very interesting opener here out of ButAlways. So kind of what he's doing here, he says, hey buddy, listen to this. I'm gonna show you my Phoenix the entire way through. I get a pretty high Phoenix count, and at home I'm getting a Robo. This looks pretty standard for a Phoenix Robo opener. Except, yeah, I don't know. If I would see the timing on this robotics facility, and I'd see only 2 Stalkers and 4 Phoenixes, that would be a big deal. This Phoenix is a very big deal. This needs to scout a lot. These Stalkers are moving in position. They're going to go for the denial. The thing is, you don't want to try too hard on the scout denial either. So you want your opponent to see the robotics facility. That is important. Your opponent sees the robotics facility, but ideally you don't want him to see too much in the natural. And that is something that ButAlways did manage to deny. Because if he sees everything in the natural, he might be like, hey, there's not a single sentry there. There's really nothing going on there. All of a sudden, ButAlways looks a little bit suspicious. There's a lot of money missing, and I think Haas should be capable of reading into this, but it doesn't seem like he is. Of course, has the ability to get perhaps an Oracle out, maybe even get a robotics facility. Not quite the case. First DTs are warping in already. I think this is going to be a very short game, but this time it's going to be Haas who drew the short straw. He still has the ability to hold. There's still a possibility that he can... Oh. Oh no, beautiful lift here out of ButAlways. What a genius play. Absolutely beautiful. One DT is gonna get into the natural, start slicing away. Another DT is moving in. This DT is trying to clear the way here. Needs to be very careful. This pylon could fall as well. If this pylon goes down, this Oracle will never come out. ButAlways not quite realizing that perhaps. No, he is not. Needs to split up these 2 DTs. Cannot be hit by one single revelation. There's still a DT going ham in the natural as well. The DT in the main base is dealing a lot of damage already. 14 only hits a single DT. So we see the cooldown here in the bottom right. He needs about 5-6 more seconds. However, there's one more DT here about to hit in the natural. There's more DTs being warped in. Sure, another Oracle is on the way, but this is going to take a while. There's no energy left on this Oracle. Needs to wait 10 more energy. Oh, and here comes ButAlways looking for that snipe. Looking for the snipe with the Phoenix. But even if he doesn't get the snipe, what does Haas really have? And the answer is not a whole lot. Another lift. DT gets in. Haas decides to call it quits. GG gets called as ButAlways wins game number 2 in this best of 5. Whoa, 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 whoa. Game number 3 starts with a banger here immediately as ButAlways sends out his first probe straight away across the freaking map. Has had enough of Haas's abuse with the 1 gate expand. He says, hey, you want a 1 gate expand, that's completely fine by me. But don't be surprised if I'm gonna proxy a couple of gateways. The question remains now, is this just going to be a triple gate proxy? Or is this going to be a double gate plus forge, a build that had a lot of, well, was quite popular. Yeah, it was popular, you know, people liked playing this. People enjoyed seeing this. Oh my god, of course, the one time that our good friend ButAlways plays this build order, Haas actually doesn't go for the 1 gate expand, but instead goes for the gateway scout. It's just a single gate proxy. I don't understand this build. I don't know this build. It's a fake cannon rush. Cannon rush, it's too late though. 107 pylon is a bad fake cannon rush. No, Haas falls for it. What a weird mistake. What a weird mistake. 107 pylon goes down and he falls for it? Probably a little bit nervous. Not on top of his reads today. Not on top of his reads. I don't understand why this pylon is finishing up though. Is there a forge and I'm missing it? What am I looking at? Cybercore gets cancelled again. Cybercore will be faster because of this for ButAlways. It's an absolutely insane start. I don't see what's happening here. Cybercore is going to be very fast. I think Haas is just as confused as I am. This forge was a terrible call though. Latest that the pylon can go down is maybe 1 minute. 107 will just be too late. Your Stalker will be in time to stop the second layer of high ground cannons. On this map, no way, Jose, that you can fight a standard gate cyber with this. It is not possible. Huge error out of Haas. I think the follow-up here is going to be Proxy Stargate. And I think this might have some freaking potential. There's going to be a single gateway, a full wall. Stargate is late though. I feel like this Cybercore could have been there faster. Perhaps I'm wrong. We're going to see some batteries go down. I think Haas is going to throw down a battery as well. You should realize that something weird is happening at least. Second gateway. Adapt. Haas has no clue what's happening. Haas is in complete denial. Haas. What also happened? Ooh, now he sees the battery. He's like, oh, wait a second. Robotics facility? That battery gets cancelled. Why did he cancel that battery? What? Okay, this game is just... We're 3 minutes in and have absolutely no idea what's happening. Both players are just making interesting decision after interesting decision. We have a full wall coming out of Haas. That's a very... Or out of ButAlways. That's a good call. Haas follows this up with 2-gate Robo Battery. We have our first Void Ray about to pop. Second Void Ray immediately can start. The gas is practically there. Just prismatic alignment. Prismatic alignment and start attacking buildings. I'm completely down with this. That cannon is going to go down immediately. Can straight away start attacking those stalkers. More batteries should be added in as well. Second Void Ray is on the way. I mean, yeah, send in the Zealot. Send in the troops. I don't care. I think that's a good call. No, send it in. Why not? Why wouldn't you send in the troops? The stalkers are going to be attacking something anyway. Might as well get some DPS out of that Zealot. It's just going to be standing down there. Yeah, there we go. Hit that pylon if you want to. Now the Void Rays are going to get some damage. You can even micro the Zealot back, get the shields recharging. Zealots have really nice DPS. Look at that bad boy charging. Look at these Void Rays taking out the Stalker over there. Once there's 3 Void Rays, it's going to be so difficult for ButAlways, or for Haas, excuse me, to defend, because 3 Void Rays do so much damage. Stalker now pops out as well here on the side of ButAlways. 41 supply against 32, 18 supply against 10. As triple Void Ray threats. Taking out this Zealot right now. 3 Void Rays against 4 Stalkers. Warp Gate has finished, but this SimCity is not looking all that great. 3 more Stalkers being warped in. Is there a super battery available? Yep, there is a super battery available. Not being popped quite yet though. This pylon needs to survive or this gateway gets some power. Yep, that's a problem. That is a major issue here. There actually is something that Haas can do here. And it's gonna sound stupid, but Haas, theoretically, could just give up his wall and defend this part of his wall. He does need to defend this part. I like that ButAlways decides to first go for these batteries and now has a sentry here. He can potentially force field. Yes, prismatic alignment doing a lot of damage. 1 Stalker goes down, 2nd Stalker is gonna fall. Stalker number 3 staying alive for now. At least temporarily staying alive, but I need 4 Void Rays against 4 Stalkers. 1 more Stalker being warped in, but 1 more Void Ray is about to pop as well. Batteries in the back still with a lot of energy, and I don't think that this is going to be enough here for Haas. Haas is bleeding out units at this point. It's going to be 3 Stalkers against 5 Void Rays. And I think GG. Yes, ButAlways takes game number 3, and we're going to be heading into game number 4, and I think I'm going to make my train. Haas down a game in this best of 5, but always on match point. Let's see if Haas goes back to what he liked so much before with that fastest simulator. Doesn't seem to be. I'm still surprised that he fell for that weak cannon rush attempt, or that weak fake cannon rush. Such an obvious fake if you know your timings, but sometimes if you're a little bit nervous, if you're not sure what's happening, you want to play a little bit overly safe. The main reason why people just don't cancel a Cybercore, or they just continue with their Cybercore in that case, is because you just get your Stalkers out in time. You can full wall get your Stalkers out in time and get batteries up. You're always going to be able to defend. That's the entire point. You see Haas going for a double gate. Double gate opener. The side of Haas, double gate on the side of ButAlways. Alright, Haas. Show us what you got prepared for us this time around. What shenanigans. Look how fast he is, by the way. 300 APM. Well, it's not that fast. Averaging 341. It's not bad. It's not great either, but always actually pretty slow. No offense to ButAlways, of course. Great player, but not the quickest. That's completely fine. We all can be the Usain Bolt on the keyboard. Uh-oh. This is the 4th game in a row, I think, where we've seen a proxy coming out of ButAlways, and I kind of like it. I really do kind of like it. Haas immediately going to scout it though. Double probe action. What do you do in this case if you're ButAlways? Just throw it down anyway? This is gonna be a very unfortunate timing. Yeah, there's no way. This has to get cancelled. This absolutely has to get cancelled. I don't think ButAlways actually saw what was happening. I don't think ButAlways saw that probe. Yeah. If I were Haas here, I'd just open with 4 stalkers to kill that pylon. Even if he doesn't know there's tech there, I think you can assume there's going to be tech there. I like that Haas didn't want to show the fact that he knew it was there. I wouldn't even mind if he doesn't show his probe here. You kind of don't want this Stargate to be cancelled. You want that Stargate to go up, because you want that... What's this? I have no clue what it is. That's not a properly placed spine. You can still block this. There's still place for a 2x2 building, 100%. This is gonna go down. Needs to be careful though, because another pylon might start as well. Yeah, there's no way. Great start here for Haas. Absolutely marvelous start. 2 more stalkers on the way. This is exactly what I thought he should have done, and he does it. Both players throwing down a robotics facility, and I think I know what Haas's follow-up is going to be. It's going to be a 3-gate robo, and I love it. I absolutely adore this play. Needs to cancel this battery right now though. Needs to rebuild that battery. Haas? Haas? There we go. No problem there. Needs to... Oh my god, Haas. Scout your natural, buddy. Okay. Haas in time. Now realize, hey, wait a second, where did these bad boys come from? I think this will have to be a recall. Yep, instant recall gets used. Pylon here on the high ground. Now the reason why I love this... It's a 2-gate robo. I think I like this even more than the 3-gate robo. Okay. The reason why this is such a beautiful play is because if his opponent is playing 1 base, you're not going to be able to die with this opener. Like, this is really safe against everything. If your opponent is expanding too fast, you can put on a lot of pressure with a prism, maybe harass, maybe even deny the base and then contain. So there's really no downsides. There's only upsides. This entire robo play is an upside. The only thing that is slightly scary is if your opponent took a very fast Nexus and already has been like chrono boosting Immortals or something like that. So then you're doing something aggressive and your opponent will get an eco lead even though you destroyed their Stargate. So you have a lot of units but relatively low quality, while your opponent has very high quality unit in combination with a battery on the low ground. But as we see, ButAlways is going for... Yeah, what it... 1 base Disruptor. If this is a Colossi, I'm actually gonna lose it. If this guy... Okay, thank the Lord. Actually, thank the Lord. Disruptor gets chrono boosted out right now. What are these adepts doing? He's looking for things, eh? Disruptor gets rallied into the prism as well. You have a prism. I feel like Haas already started a prism before, but I don't mind that he's getting another one. I feel like Haas doesn't believe that there's no natural yet and that someone actually would play like this. Haas in a fantastic position, by the way. He's just gonna... Literally the only thing he needs to do is add like 2-3 batteries and there's no shot. No way in a million years he's going to die. It's just impossible. It is actually impossible. Completely impossible to die. Well, there is a possibility that he tanks the biggest disruptor shot that I've seen in my life. But unless he does that, I don't think it's possible for him to actually do it. He also has full vision of this army, so he knows what is going on. Oh, Colossi, fake Immortal, this is beautiful. We're gonna see a hit here, or an attempted hit that won't hit, actually won't hit anything. Here comes the Disruptor. I love that he's using these 2 Immortals. He's using these 2 Immortals to kind of be like, hey, you want to drop your Disruptor? That's fine. I'm just going to shoot it real good. And then I'll just pick up my Immortals exactly like this. This is beautiful. I like this super battery as well over here. We have a couple more Stalker Warpins. Here comes the... Oh my god, shoots with the wrong Disruptor. Huge error there out of ButAlways. Maybe had some potential to do damage. Gonna go for another shot here, ButAlways. There we go. It's not gonna... Oh, well, it's a couple of units at least. That's something, but Haas is just mining so much. 1500 minerals against 900, 300 gas against 300. Wouldn't even mind seeing 1 or 2 extra batteries go down. 2 Immortals once again at the front. Should be able to take out something here. Big lift. Big lifting, big lifting. I think a Stalker went down, I'm not entirely sure about it. 2 Disruptor shots have just been fired, and now it's time for the Immortals to play. The Immortals that are have been so useful so far this game. There we go. Trying to right-click on Stalkers. Don't forget that there is always the healing here for Haas. The longer this game goes, the better it gets for him. Immortal starts moving across the map. Phoenix on the way right now for Haas. First Phoenix is already out. So you can see potential pickups here on Disruptors. Is that exactly what we're going to see? Yep. 1 Disruptor gets picked up. 2nd Disruptor almost gets picked up. 1st Disruptor goes down for free. I just don't see any potential left in this game here for our Red Protoss player. ButAlways is up a game, but I am afraid for him that Haas is going to tie up the series. Every single one of these Stalkers is going to fall. 3 Immortals against 2 Stalkers. GG gets called, and Haas wins game number 4. Game number 5, as well as the final game here in this best of 5 between Haas and ButAlways. We're going to be playing it on, I was going to say Oxide, but of course it's Blackburn. Blackburn is a map in which most players open up with the low ground wall and then follow it up with a 1-gate expand. It seems that both players have different ideas on how to play this map, as ButAlways seems to be the basically a cheesier Haas, which feels weird to say. He just actually all-ins every single game. He uses slightly more standard all-ins than Haas tends to. Haas has these weird offbeat strategies, but ButAlways is more, he is the Protoss book of bullshit in a way, you know? He has a lot of strategies and he throws them at his opponent, and that's what he does. He's opening up with the blind 2 gas in this case. What actually is he doing? What's this probe doing? I'm looking at the mini-map and I'm just checking him out. Like, hey, what in the world actually are you doing? I don't quite know what he was doing there, but I was waiting for a long time with that gateway. He's just checking, he's scouting, and then he moves away with his probe. Haas isn't even scouting and straight away opens with a proxy pylon. Is this a fake proxy pylon? I don't know what it is. I have no clue what this guy is looking for. He's just gonna go back in. Jeez Lord. Okay, this is a single gateway. Cybercore. Oh. Haas is faking a scout. But what is this second? This is even a bad faked second pylon. No one is gonna believe this. What? This build once again makes absolutely no sense. I'm appalled, but also slightly excited. So I don't know what the delay on the second gateway did, except that it delayed his second gateway unit. It didn't allow him to build anything faster. ButAlways didn't get tricked into believing this wasn't a proxy, as he's scouting around. He's not actually gonna scout there all the way though. He's not. This is the weirdest game. This is... Please let it be an Oracle. Give me my sanity back. If this is a Void Rear Phoenix, I'm out. Thank the Lord it's an Oracle. Holy crap. What? He's getting a 3rd gate? Phoenix? Is the only thing that makes sense here, okay. So ButAlways here is hard countering a proxy, a real proxy, and he's fighting against a real proxy. So this is kind of what he wants. Oh my god, he's gonna lose your Stalker for free. That's painful. This is kind of what he wants to be fighting against. First Phoenix is out. These Stalkers are trying to move back in. This Adept is an idiot magnet, and These Stalkers are massive idiots. Phoenix is out of position. This Oracle's gonna kill 6-7 workers. Quick response time here. Very quick response time. Second Phoenix pops out as well. 4 workers have gone down already. This is a sacrificial lamb. This is a sacrificial Oracle. 7 workers go down, but so does the Oracle. 17 workers against 27. Twilight Council on the way here for Haas. We still have that 3-gate setup with the Phoenixes here. And Haas has seen it all. He's seen... No! You've seen the 3-gate. You've seen the Phoenixes. You just killed 7 workers. Yep, you don't need that. You don't need to go there, my friend. You're better than that. You are actually better than that. 6 Stalkers. Plus a battery. Plus a Twilight Council. It's gonna be dark. Oh, it's gonna be a Dark Shrine. Oh, it's going to be a Dark Shrine. Or is it just a gateway? Good lord, these guys, they never stop, huh? It gets spotted though. Robotics facility, 3rd gateway. Haas once again is afraid of the DTs, and I can't blame him. Last time Phoenixes were out on the map, the DTs were the follow-up. This time, it could once again be DTs actually. Full wall here for ButAlways. Phoenix is looking for kills. We'll find one. Bion is gonna go down as well. Collaborative effort of the probe and the 2 Stalkers. This is a game. It actually feels like we're back in 2010 or something. 1 base against 1 base every single game. Yep, there's the Dark Shrine. The exact same plan here. For ButAlways. Nexus. But this time Haas already has an observer. This time he has an observer on the way. And it's going to be ready for these DTs. I don't think he's going to send it across the map. I'd be surprised if he does. If he does, that'd be really bad. It actually would... Oh. Does this see that? Does that? No, it doesn't. Phoenix, Stalker, Blink is done. We have 11 Stalkers for Haas against the 6 Stalkers and 3 Phoenixes for ButAlways. It's going to be a lifter. Yeah, Blink forward. Why not? Yeah, you see this. You go. This is too small. You can take this down, Haas. Yep, good Blink forward. First Stalker goes down. Second Stalker goes down. Third Stalker goes down. Uh-oh, this isn't going to stop. He's gonna lose a couple of workers in return, but no. No, he won't. Quick recall and immediately gets things done. First DTs are being warped in. 3 DTs. Not going to be enough though, as there's an observer already. This is it. Haas wins. G, single G, no double G. Haas accidentally wins this series 3-2. This was something else. Cheese versus cheese versus cheese versus cheese. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hopefully I'll see you all for perhaps a slightly longer best of 5, or perhaps just a single game that also will be longer than this entire series, as this was extremely short and I'm gonna have to run to catch my train. Bye bye.